Hello. Today I am going to go over the authentication process for Robin Williams autograph photo. It's an 8x10 photo. I've actually already gone over this and it's passed. I want to go over it with you guys. I have quite a few Robin Williams exemplars in my database, and looking for a few more though to do this, and notice there's a lot of fake Robin Williams autographs out there authenticated by like the big three companies. PSA isn't so bad. I only seen a couple, but Beckett is absolutely horrible for this. JSA, I was noticing quite a few. So I'm going to go over everything. I'm going to go over those ones too. Because one of the issues that when things like that happen are that people who don't know better will be like, oh, I heard Beckett and JSA and PSA are the only authentic autographs out there. So they will go and look at the ones they've authenticated, and they can see things and like key points in some of those even. And then compare to an authentic one, like this one, for example, and say, well, this looks way different than theirs. So this one can't be real because that's what it should look like. And that is absolutely not the case. So yeah, I'm gonna go over everything, all our known examples, this item, and some of the fake ones, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So just to show you a good scan, this is the item in question. So we start going through known examples. Here's one. You'll see the stars start at the top. They come around. Sometimes this comes out more than others. Comes down, there's usually a loop here, and usually there's not a whole lot. Like, you're not going to see like a good clear robin, right? Like, it's usually just kind of like a loop or two, or a peak or two, and the dot for the I. For the W, sometimes it's connected to the rest, not always, but same thing. It's usually just a W, maybe a couple peaks, maybe not even, maybe it's just a W and a line, but pretty basic. W, and then we have a line coming out, and almost always is there going to be a down tick on his last name. Sometimes it's more prominent than other times, and very, very, very rarely are you going to see any dots for the I's in the last name. Oops. Let's go back over here. Here's another known authentic one. Comes up and comes down. Sometimes this is more rounded and comes out. Sometimes it's more overlapping itself, but same thing. It starts up, comes over. We have a loop, and just kind of, we have a round and a peak and the dot. And here's an example where it's just the W and comes out. And it's hard to see here. This isn't very big, but we do have a slight down ticking there. Here's another confirmed example. And this is one where it's coming out a lot more, but it still loops down. Comes around, we have a loop and a couple peaks with the dot. Everything stays connected. We have a couple peaks and it comes out, and this one actually ticks upwards. But what do we notice here? This is one of the few examples where there actually is a dot in the last name. So it's ticking upwards because that's the motion he's making with the pen. He's coming back over here. Here's one, comes up, loops, just a couple squiggles, dot, W, it's not connected, comes out, and again, it ticks up here because we actually have a dot above there. This is a kind of, well, somewhere between sloppy and not as sloppy, but it starts up, but it's coming way out, but it's still coming over, coming down, but this is actually all separated, but it's still just a loop and a squiggle. We have the dot there, we have the W, it's disconnected, comes back and loops down. Here's another one, comes down, loops over, loops down, a couple peaks, dot. This is barely even a W, but just a little little sloppy, but still looks really good. Here's one here, comes down and over, and this you can see here is this is on a Christmas postcard. So kind of just hitting the bottom there, not a whole lot of room you had to work with, but comes around, peaks, W, couple peaks over the hook. So I'm just going to shrink, well, no, hang on. Okay, so as we come here, we can see this is our starting point. This is sticking out just a little bit. I don't know how well you can see this on your device, but we have it sticking out just a little bit, so we know it's starting here. We can also see this is darker in this area a little bit. So it is starting here. It's coming down, coming back up, and this isn't sticking, going over as much, but it's more up and down, but not a big thing. Loops down, coming up, and we just have a little kind of peak and the dot. The W, it's coming around, and then it's just going to trail out, and we have our little tick coming back. Just going to shrink this down here. Yeah, there we go. Go just a little bit. Yeah, so there we go. So yeah, overall, this is looking pretty good. Nothing is really standing out to me as a red flag. This isn't the best shape. Like I said, it sometimes comes out a little more, but nothing, this isn't anything I'd worry about, because we have seen other examples of, well, that one's, I guess, kind of, but still not really. It just kind of depends on the angle a little bit. Yeah, there's one where it's slightly curved, but not like way out there. So yeah, overall, comparing it, actually, hang on, let me do this. And we can see there's some lines going through the photo. I'm not sure if that's, I don't think that's how it's scanned in, because it's not going through the, signature. So it does look like that is the print quality of the image. Although I'm not seeing it everywhere on the photo. This is still a good quality print photo, but yeah, just for some reason in here we got some, or maybe that was actually on a no, I don't know. Anyways, that's not a big deal. It's really, I just noticed it. It doesn't really mean anything. Okay, so overall, we bring it over, we compare. W's kind of roundy, comes out, we have the tick, the loop, looking pretty good. And yes, this is what I mean, like it's slightly coming, it's not like it's straight up and down, it's not like it's curving this way, it's a little, but you know, some of them, just depending on how the angle kind of looks, you know, it does look a little straighter. But yeah, like this is, yeah, overall that one's actually really close to this one. This one here is a lot more out there, but yeah, they're still looking good. This one comes out a little more, but you're still getting the same basic idea. Now it's separated. Like I said, this one's like a sloppy, but like a longer, almost a longer form, like a better version of a sloppy one. We're still noticing key things. This one here is much more rounded, comes out much farther Like the star I said, like it's like it's sloppier, but it's still quite good. But we're still seeing, you know, similar things happening here. This one to you maybe knows like the start of this one. It's like it's in there, so you're not really going to see it. And back to ours. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple autograph, but overall, key things are there. I'm not seeing signs of forgery. I'm not seeing any red flags. So overall, I say it's good, and I have passed this one. But now let's start going into these ones. So this is one here. This is a script on eBay, and some of these things, the price, I don't know where the hell the price all shot up to, or like in the last, I'm not sure when the last time I looked at prices up was, maybe a year or so ago, a year and a half. Since I had a Robin Williams one that I was checking out prices on, but yeah, prices have jumped up, like skyrocketed to like $2,000 or something ridiculous. But if you look at this, so yeah, it does start up there, and it kind of comes over, but it's more rounded. We're not getting the same kind of comes back in feel, and then it's a line coming out. And it's up high, like it's not even like it's looping down and coming out. Then I'd maybe, forgive that. Like we saw that in one of them. Was it this one? Like it would kind of be this one, right? But no, it's like it's just coming out and then a dot. We have a little bit of a speed tick here that looks like it's ticking upwards, probably coming to put that dot on, but he always does that dot before he even goes down here. So that should be ticking down. It also looks like we have some hesitation in here. I wish I could, if I zoom in on this now, it's just going to pixelate, but yeah. But anyways, right there, something doesn't look quite right. It looks like it was kind of stopped and then started again. But overall, I never would have passed this. I'm very surprised they did. Coming over to another one. And this one we can see is authenticated by Beckett. It's the same kind of thing. And even just the size in general of this isn't looking right. And it's like it comes up and it comes out. It's more like a pointy V shape. It's not, none of the roundingness, none of the overall feel for it. And it's coming out. And then a dot. And then we have the W. And the W has like this angled look to it. And then comes down and over. And we do have the down tick, but then we also have this dot, so that should have actually been an uptick to come back here. Hang on, let me copy one of these good ones. So come back over to these two. Like we can see, like it's just, this is angling. It's not like it's coming and then with the loop coming out, it's the whole thing is angling. I'm trying to I'm watching myself talk with my hands. I wish I wish I had more than just this pointer here. But yeah, that's not even close on that. Back to this one. Again, it's an angle. Like the whole thing is angling out instead of having the kind of more straighter and then over, and then just it's coming out. And yeah, I don't know, it doesn't look right. It's not right. I would never have passed that. Here's another one. We could think, well, this one's a really sloppy one, but there's nothing. It's not even like a coming in and going over. Like this is just not. This is horrible. This is so horrible. But yeah, I wouldn't have passed that either. And yet another one comes down, and this one's got a little better of an angle coming on it, but then this isn't looking right. It's like it's sloping downwards. So again, like a bit better there. And again, you could maybe think just rushed and sloppy, but then the way we have this angling downwards, the whole flow of this isn't matching anything. Okay, we'll compare this one here. Oh, okay. God, I'm having issues here. Okay, so here, like same thing, just like the whole, like the angling's just, we're not having it happening right, and where this should be kind of following the same pattern, like it's almost like it's, I wish I could rotate this. I bet you there's a thing to do it somehow, I don't know, but you can see that, right? Like the W's are going like different directions. So yeah, overall, I've done quite a few Robin Williams autographs. Overall, this one looks good. I don't have any concerns about it, so it's passed. And yeah, hopefully this video helped somebody who may be, you know, experiencing what I was talking about, you know, comparing what some of them look like to other ones and noticing how they look way different. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching.